Let's go. Hiya. How's it going? Hi everyone. It is. It really is. Hope everyone's doing well. We're going to be playing some modern tanks on stream today. So we're going to go straight into some games and try and get up some of these tech trees because I'm a bit behind everyone else, I expect. I've only played probably like 30 games in total on the new mode. So we're going to try and get some wins and progress as fast as possible. Or at least hopefully. Right, I don't actually mind this map, it's actually not too bad. Yeah, the new mode's not my favourite, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I just find it a little bit too boring. There's a lot of camping going on the game mode. And I mean, yeah, you can push, but when the whole enemy team is also doing the same thing, it just becomes a little bit boring. There seems to be a lot of players that, well, it's probably just because people don't know, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, I've played probably the majority on World War II since the update came out, so I mean, I guess that will tell you whether I think it's actually good or not. Let's just hope that they don't bring in some of the True Vision onto the World War II mode. That's all I'm hoping. It's 11:31 AM for me. From sunny Cardiff. Love the new maps and all your vids on the T44A. I mean, I used to actually live near Cardiff. I'm currently studying at Cardiff University. So, I suppose that's kind of cool. I'm losing my sanity as I'm going down the Chieftain line. Yeah. Chieftain, like, once you get past the tier 8, it's actually really good. Like, I'm enjoying the playing the Conqueror. I've 3-marked it. Live in Australia? Blimey. Which tank am I at now? Well, I've got the FV215B. Or are you talking about the modern tanks? Because right now, is there a difference between the... No. So it's just basically like a skinned version, if that makes sense. Like the Vanguard is the same as the EOC even 90. Slapperfish said there wasn't a difference, but I swear there is. There was a difference. I don't think there is a difference. I think it's literally just the visuals of it. I mean, if there is, it's not going to be major. Like, I don't think it will be. I think it will just be that it gets camo. So like the Vanguard will have like the camo already applied, so you'll get the concealment bonus. I think that's probably the only thing that's like different. because when you put camo on, obviously that actually increases like the camouflage of the tank. If for those of you who didn't know that, I mean, quite a lot probably will. I've not really played too much. I don't know what you guys are thinking of this whole new game mode, but so far I don't mind it on the current maps, but or I don't mind it on these new ones, but on the old one, like when you play the True Vision on the old maps, they're actually terrible, like genuinely terrible. I'm just hoping that the modern tanks don't actually get ruined. We've had a shocking... I don't even think I've done any damage. This is what I'm not a fan of. Like, I feel like there's not enough actual enemies on the team in a lot of these games. In World War... How is there so many tanks left at this point in the match? Like, what is this guy doing? He's still in base. Yeah, like the campiness, that's why I'm probably preferring the new game mode, just because you can actually... I know that there's someone behind me, but I need to get this guy out. Also, whole patch repair kits exist. Yeah, not a big fan. I mean, they're not as actual impactful as I first thought that they might be when they introduced the game mode. Unfortunately. Takes getting used to, but old maps then become normal. Is the new game mode? Yeah, so this is new game mode. I mean, I'll be switching between the two throughout the stream, so... Which new map? I quite like Kalbang, just because it looks nice. Like, I don't know how long term they play. Like, in terms of which is going to be like the most playable over the course. I mean, since we got taken out. Soviet T-44 tank does more damage with its heat. Are you actually joking? What? Wait, what? What? The snow one's Fred Vong, I think it's called. What? Wargaming be honest. Oh my. More damage and more pen. Are you actually having a laugh? That's honestly funny. Yeah, Northern Lights one is quite nice. We'll have a game on World War 2. 320 alpha with heat. And 330 pen as well. So, that's just fun. What? Well, don't worry, because the game isn't like broken or anything now. We can just play in tanks that do 90 kilometers an hour. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it when Wargaming are like, we're trying to make it fair for new players, and then they're like, well, use heat to get more pen and more damage. And then, yeah, it literally doesn't make sense. If that's not pay to win, I don't know what is. It's like the Hellcat 105, you get better pen and more damage, so why the hell would you fire standard if you can afford to fire the premium rounds? It literally doesn't make sense. We'll just play in the T50-2 because being able to go this fast is completely balanced. Oh, looks like another 2 grindy lions, to be fair. I mean, I like what they've done with the XP, like being able to actually get the XP really, really quickly. Like, you can go down the tank lines fairly fast. Like, ugh, what is that speed? Don't worry, it's completely balanced. Like, completely balanced. Being able to go 90 in a tier 6 light tank with stupid DPM, I have no idea what you're on about. I think the biggest risk to you when you play in these tanks is actually yourself. Flipping yourself. Do you think other countries will be added? Yeah. 100%. We'll have more tanks in the game as part of this new mode. Like, we will 100% have them. I'd expect British ones to come fairly quickly because obviously there's quite a big, like, British proportion of players that play the game. So, you know, they probably introduce like British and then French maybe, because like there's plenty of tanks that they can actually pick from both those game modes. Britain, Germany, France, yeah, 100%. Just got the T50. Oh, well, that's lucky. Honestly. Broken. Disgusting, even, some would say. It's just like, in these tanks, like, I don't know whether Wargaming just don't think, or if it's just a case of, like, that we're just testing something, see how it goes, and hope it goes alright, and if it doesn't, we'll just change it. Like, it just feels like a test server, to be honest with you. Don't do it. And now we can farm a CDC. Dragon, don't make me laugh. Honestly, don't do it. Nice meme. And now we can just leave at 87 kilometers an hour, like, constantly. Not going down a hill, just on the flat. Because balanced and stuff like that. How much is that tank? It's only like 3,000, I think. Probably less. Death by 1,000 cuts. Honestly. This general's getting pumped. No! Need close defense weapons if this equipment stays as it is. Yeah, I just think that they should probably limit what tank classes you can actually put the equipment on. I just don't think that you should be able to put the equipment on the tank, like on a light tank, because, or if they do keep these equipment, I'd probably put it as like a flat bonus, like a 5 kilometers an hour bonus to whatever tank you play in. So the Mals would go 5 kilometers faster. You know, your T100 LT would also go 5 kilometers an hour. It's just like a case of the fastest tanks in the game get the best bonus off of it, and it makes them even more, like, it makes the most difference to them. Because I think what Wargaming were trying to do with the equipment was actually just make heavies a bit faster to be able to compete, but all they've done is just made light tanks even better than they were like against heavies. Because wow, I can put on an equipment in my Mals that makes me go 3 kilometers faster in total, or I can put it on my light tank and out-traverse Mouses by going like 90. So I just don't think it works very well. Well, it definitely doesn't work very well in its current state. Wargaming are like, well, we'll just test it and make sure. Play my favourite tank. There's loads. I mean, I don't really know what my favourite tank is at the moment. It probably is. It's probably like a British medium at tier 10. So you're probably looking at either like the FV4202 or the Action X. I just like the DPM on the FV4202. I've been enjoying the Foch though. Honestly, for those of you who don't already know, the Foch 155 is actually really, really good. Like super, super good in game. Like so underrated as well. If you can keep your armour and wiggle in between and raise your gun up to avoid people hitting you in the cupolas, you can actually have some really, really good games. Like super good games in them. And another tank I've been really enjoying is the 277. Like the accuracy on the move on this thing is vile. You can have super good games. When I was 9, remember flexing on my friends after beating the What Console minigame. Yeah, honestly, I remember that. Those are the days. Right, we will go back on the Cold War game mode for one game. As you can see, I'm so far down the line. We've not bought the gun because I'm not paying 1 million silver just to upgrade a tank and then in 40 games going to have the next one. I mean, technically, yes, when you sell this one, you actually get the cost, like half of the cost back, because when you put equipment on your tanks and then sell it again, you actually get the half the price, but we're still a little bit way off the M47. I just don't get Wargaming's ideology with some of these things. I'll play the Conqueror after this game. We'll play one. We'll kind of switch between them. So we'll play one game on this, one game on the World War II mode, if that's alright with you guys. We'll do that and then just pick tanks that you guys play. Not a fan of vineyards on the new mode. I mean, I don't know if you watched the most recent video or the video before in the Vanguard, but this was pretty boring. I find people just camp on this one because you can. It'd be interesting to see if they could implement a system, right, where once you spot it will actually spot the opponent for longer than it did like on the standard game. So instead of it being like 10 seconds, it's like 20 seconds. So it's actually worth like pushing up. Yeah, I find the other spawn is a lot better. Yeah, me too. I feel like you've got a lot more cover. Like if you camp on that hill where like loads of our team are, you get taken out by people from the town, whereas like the opposite side don't really have that. Come on, one more. Oh, I shouldn't have auto-aimed. The FV215B, it's the worst British heavy tank, that's for sure. But it is also not too bad. Like it can definitely work. Like it's got really good DPM. But your trade-off for that is pretty much everything that the other tanks actually get as part of it. So yeah, it's not my favourite heavy tank out of them all. Opinions on the Jagdpanther E100 or Jagdpanzer E100. I just find the Jaegeru is so slow that it's quite situational as to whether you can have like those crazy games. So like, yeah, you can hit people and slap people for 1,000, but it doesn't tend to happen that often. Because often you're so slow to even get into the fight that you don't manage to be able to actually deal any damage before like it's so slow. Like that's my main problem with it, and I'm probably not the best person to ask because I don't really like playing super slow tanks just because I find them a little bit boring. Chieftain's really good, like 100% a really good tank. It's debatably, if you like medium tanks, it's probably like the best heavy tank on that line. But the Super Conqueror is also like crazy, so it's kind of hard to say which one is definitively better. It depends on your playstyle with a lot of things. Because yeah, you could play in the most overpowered tank in the game, but if it doesn't suit how you play, like, doesn't really matter too much. I don't know what that guy was doing. Came right over. Sonic Turf. Right. Now that he's spotted, we'll just keep firing because he's still going to be there. Like so. And he's moving up, so he's going to be about there. Oh, you didn't actually hit him. That's what I find a lot of people don't do on this game as well, is actually like when someone goes undetected, they don't fire straight away. Like they won't fire after they've been like unspotted. Like 9 times out of 10 the person's still going to be sat there whether they're spotted or not. So, you know, that's just a little tip. I mean, it's pretty common sense, but for some people it might not be. Right, that guy's going to probably be about there. We didn't hit him. Can't wait to get the Super Conqueror, yeah. I mean, I've not actually got it myself, but or neither the Chieftain, but I have played on them on like another account. Just like, it must be so fun getting sniped from that far away. Common sense. You're asking a lot from people. Yeah. Common sense isn't as common as you'd like it to be, unfortunately. Definitely not as common as you'd like it to be anyway. Especially on welder tanks. That's for sure. Need to take away hit point indicators in new mode to make it more immersive. I wouldn't be against having like a hardcore mode, like where players don't have like the anything. It's literally just a case of sniping other people. But I think like not that many people would enjoy that out of like the whole player base. People would, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that it's going to be super like one of those things that's going to drag in loads of players. I think what Wargaming they've kind of limited themselves a little bit because obviously the matchmakers are a little bit struggling at the moment. It'd be cool to see them actually implement like a one-shot kind of thing, where like a every tank has limited health, so it's kind of like a search and destroy almost. I know that once your tank's out in this game mode, and at every game mode in it, that you know you can't then carry on. But it'd be interesting to see them like bring it in as like a one mode where everyone gets a lot more damage on every shell that they have. Damage graphic like War Thunder, showing you what damage your rounds do. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I mean, I've not heard very much from Wargaming. Like they've not been delivering that many like news articles or anything recently. Obviously, because the updates come out and they're probably busy, but they've not really told us much. I know that they're looking into like some of the things that people have questioned, like the silver mechanic. Or the silver cost of the upgrades on this mode. Like, they're just ridiculous. So it's like 1.1 million just for a package. Are you actually kidding me? I need to stop firing on the move. Like, this mode is not like the standard. You seem to miss a lot more. I don't know if that's just because... I don't know. Maybe it's because I have the accuracy perks on the standard game. What is that guy doing? What server are you playing on? I'm playing on EU at the moment. I usually do. Like, I don't ever really swap over to the North American server. No. Balls. Didn't manage to get another one on him. What server are you playing? EU servers, everyone follows each other like sheep. Yeah, but I find that on any server. I don't really find much of a difference between the servers, if I'm going to be truly honest. Right, we'll play one more on the World War II, and then we'll go back to the modern tanks again. And maybe I'll try out the T-44 with the 320 Alpha or whatever it is, where you can just fire heat and win. This season, but I don't know, what do you guys think of this new season pass? Do you think it was actually good or not? Because to be honest with you, currently I'm not a big fan of the season pass this season. I think there's not very much there to make me want to grind out to level 100. Other than the fact you can get key cards. That's literally the only reason. What tank do you want to play? What shall I play in? Any ideas? Maybe we'll play in a premium to make some money. We'll whack on a silver boost as well, just to get that silver up a little bit. Let's play a game in the Draugen. Super Pershing. Staff Sergeant. What are you trying to do? That's vile. I'd love to see what the Super Pershing with the new equipment is actually like. Maybe I'll have to save up some silver and play the supercharged Pershing. Season pass is poor. I'm not against getting free stuff. Yeah, we're getting a reskinned M40 4AE2. Yeah, I just don't think that the season pass tanks, like, I'm not against getting like, you know, mediocre tanks as part of the season pass, but I just think that the way they've actually gone about it with giving you another Centurion is just, yeah, like you say, it's just a bit boring. Like, I don't want another Centurion. It's like the Bellerophon's just gone on sale, so you could pick that up. There's the Huntsman that we've got for free. Then there's also that other one. the atomic that you can pick up this season. So it's like you can pretty much get all of the Centurion things for like 3,000 gold. Hello, I am Enom. It's my first time getting the season pass, and of course it's Dodo. Yeah. Well, hopefully next season it's a little bit better. I think that what they're trying to do is, by giving out less World War II tanks, people are going to play them new game mode a little bit more. Ragnarok, don't make me laugh. Your silver boost didn't take. They changed the way it worked. The old maps are coming probably. It's either they'll release them at the end of this season, which I really hope isn't the case, or they'll release them like a little bit after. Or a little bit after this update. So obviously maybe like a week or 2 weeks, something like that. Maybe a month. Because this season's like 2 months long. Next month, Minto said LLA main. Oh, that'll be good. Be good to get some more tanks out there, because more maps, because I'm getting sick and tired of just playing the same ones. And I haven't seen Westfield in honestly so long. It'll be nice to see that. You hate the E25? I actually find the E25 not too bad. I think it's like, it can be a little boring, I guess, the E25. And the non-turret makes it a really annoying, but I don't think it's like terrible. I think you can have some good games in it and stuff like that, but I can see why people wouldn't like it. You've set the boost per tank every game, unless you set it to auto by them. Wait, what? They've changed the way boosts work. I'll have to have a look after. Opinions on the Concept 1B. Well, Concept 1B is... it's super good if you can get hold down in it. Like, super good. I think I just made a misplay. I need to get this Ram Panzer out though. Titan, what are you auto aiming there for? Actually needed to get that guy out, because now I'm going to have a shit ton of tanks coming. Oh, here we go. My name's the Ragnarok. I'm broken. Oh, it's just been Amaraked. Ideal. Yeet. We're just going to run away from you, Mr. Type 59. That's annoying. And we need to go back to where I was, because... Do you send reports to Minto? Yeah, I'll send Minto reports every now and again. Not all of the time, but when people give feedback, I tend to relay that back to him. Especially with like the polls and stuff. So when I put polls on the channel, because usually there's like 1,000 people that that will actually like vote on them. They'll actually take that into account a little bit more, because you can't say like a comment doesn't really get enough people, if that makes sense. So like it's hard to get any to validate things when it's just like one comment on a YouTube video. But when you've got like the polls, you can say, look, 94% of people said they thought the new game modes like upgrades were far too expensive. So out of like 1.2 thousand people, so like it makes a bit more of an impact rather than just one comment. But yeah, I usually collate some suggestions together. Yeah, I think that they know +1 -1 is good. It's just that I think what they haven't been so much of a fan of is obviously like the cost of everything, the strain on the server, I should mean. So like having loads and loads of people. Oh god, please don't put me in a game straight away. Although I already know that it will. Yeah, I'm on EU server, Tony. I've not been back on this game since 6.0 update. Yeah, so I'm hoping that... can you make a poll on the damage rolls? Yeah, I think that that's something I definitely want to try and get people's opinion on. Is getting them to fill out like the poll as to whether they think like the plus 15%, minus 15% is actually good or not. Because currently I'm not a massive fan. There's a lot of problems with how that they're doing it at the moment. Should I buy the pass for the gold? If you're gonna buy the season pass, you need to make sure that you get your gold back, which you do if you play enough. But if you're gonna play like a little bit, then usually like you probably won't make it back. So damage rolls are like, say my alpha damage of my tank is 300. If I can low roll effectively by 25%, so it would be like 75 damage low roll. So I'd end up doing 225 damage as like the maximum low roll that you could do. But you can only high roll by 10%, so you can effectively do like 75 damage less, or you can do 30 damage more. So it's like your average doesn't actually come out as your average damage, because Wargaming obviously have a maths department there. Doesn't actually make sense, like literally not whatsoever. I think it's just because they want the games to last longer. I genuinely think that that's their way of being like, well, here's games, they'll last longer now. Oh, I've just been stomped. Thanks, Platinum. Thanks for watching, though. Keep missing. True vision on highway is yeah. Oh, it's terrible. I really don't enjoy highway. True vision anyway. Yeah, Wargaming have definitely ignored a few things. I definitely think with like the True Vision, they just annoyed a lot of the player base, like for no reason as well. They just did it because they've spent money probably developing it, and they have to be like, well, here you go, we've developed it to like their the higher ups in Wargaming, you know, so that they haven't wasted development time or like doing something that nobody actually wants. So I think that's probably the case of it. Where they're trying to justify something that they've spent loads of money developing and that's actually terrible in the first place. So instead that they made this game mode as part of it. I'd like to see what the new Cobalt mode would be like with the standard actual vision system, because I think that might be actually better. As controversial as that is. Nice, we didn't take another shot from him. Wargaming got to appeal minority. Oh god, driving whilst looking at the comments.
Enemy armor is damaged.
When they add recon tanks in this new mode, they can change it from TV to regular vision system. I think that what they'll probably do is actually implement the wheeled light tanks into this. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if what Wargaming have been doing is actually developing wheeled light tanks for this mode, because it would make kind of a little bit more sense. At least that's what I think anyway. I don't know what you guys are thinking with regards to that. Like, I think it would make quite a bit of sense to actually bring them in. So this is why the game is just silly. With true vision anyway. It's like I can literally snipe this guy from this far away. I've been thinking the same. Yeah. Are they going to add new Cold War tanks? Yeah, yeah. Like, there's no way they wouldn't. They'd have spent this much time if they weren't going to like develop it more. I feel like what it basically is a tester for Wargaming and seeing whether people like the addition of modern tanks. And then what they'll do, they'll probably roll them out on PC and the various different other game modes, or various different other games. You see that with a premium account and a premium tank you get a little silver. Yeah, so do you think the matchmaking in Cold War game mode is kind of unfair? Yeah, at the moment for sure, because obviously you're playing against tanks that are just better if you haven't like played a lot in the game. And usually those people at the very beginning that have all of the top tanks are the players that have played the game the most, so it's even worse at the minute. So like, yeah, but it will get better as you get the next tanks in the tech tree. Why are some of the tanks in World War II not in the Cold War? It's probably just because they didn't have enough time to develop it, I'd guess. That's what I'd guess anyway. Like, they'll probably bring in a lot of the tech tree ones, I'd assume. If I'm going to be perfectly honest, I reckon that's what will happen. Hey, Ochi. Or Uchi. Because I'm still on the first. What you guys might not know as well is you can actually crest a ridge knowing what's actually over the ridge, if that makes sense. So like I can see what's over the ridge, which is really, really useful. So if I like don't want to poke over and people can't see me, I can still see them using the third person, which is kind of handy. And this guy I'll try and get. I'd rather they not bring World War II. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I've got that guy trying to snipe me. Manticore is fine. Use your third person view to look around. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can see that this guy over there, like, he's moving up, so I know that he's going to leave. And that if I poke this ridge now, I'm unlikely to get spotted unless that's the guy from, there's still that guy here. So I'm going to move up to this next ridge. So like we've spotted this T-44A. But what we need to do is make sure we actually push enough before. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. He bounced, which means we're going to have to push him. Unfortunately, we didn't actually manage to. I needed our team to really push from that hill, like down over here. But they didn't. I watched a stream and they said they have more modern tanks to come out in the pipeline. they're just waiting to see what people's reactions. Yeah, I think personally it's something that I don't mind them doing. If they're going to develop it, fine. It doesn't bother me. That really doesn't affect me in any way, shape or form. But yeah, I do think that they should be looking as to what people think. I don't think it's, it's not a negative towards the game. At least in my personal opinion. I don't think it's like bad for the game to implement the modern tanks. As long as it doesn't affect the matchmaker. That's the key thing. What I really want to do is, and we're actually going to do this now, is because the Roger Dodger can actually go 45 kilometers an hour, and it's fairly fast, and it weighs like a ton because it's the E75. I think what I want to do is actually have put some ramming speed on this boy, and then we're going to and see how that goes. I feel like it can honestly probably do quite well. I think we've got enough to put them both on. So yeah, now we can go 51 in this thing. I'd like to see Wargaming put polls on. They have them in the Wargaming Discord, so you can actually vote on them. But yeah, forum polls don't really work very well because a lot of them are just veterans that are annoyed that they've changed things. But I definitely think if they put in-game polls, as in like if they made like a separate section that's called like community on the top of the tab, people could get some real good answers from there. Because if you put it on an external website, how many people are actually likely to pick that? Like how many people are actually likely to go on that external website out of the entire player base that play? So you get like a bit of a distortion of what they're going to say and stuff like that. So I definitely think that like if they're going to do something, doing that is not the way. But if they're going to actually implement a poll, I think in-game is probably the best bet. Can't. Oh no, I've made a vital mistake here. I haven't got a commander in my tank. Oh, bollocks. That's not good. Doesn't matter though, because apparently you can still hit on the move all the time. What? I'm still reloading. I just two mark the Vanguard. Oh, nice. Vanguard is honestly super good. Honestly, don't make me laugh. What are you doing? This is why I hate autoloaders. It's like, what's the actual point? You've literally done what, like 700 damage, and you've just wasted your entire tank. It literally doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not triggered because he took the damage, because yeah, it's like a risk. But for him, I mean, like, what's the point? Don't YOLO like the whole entire team to get a clip off. You'd be better off literally just pulling back and then clipping someone as they advance. Yeah, like, obviously... Are you joking? I'm bouncing off of Indian Panzer. Then do in-game polls. Yeah, like, I think in-game polls would be the best option. To get like a good one that all of the player base are like more than likely to accept, because it gives the vets the opportunity to vote, but they can't be too triggered when loads of people vote one way, because at the end of the day, like, casuals play this game as well, and they probably actually spend the more money on the game, like casual players, because a casual person isn't going to want to spend like tons of time to grind through a load of things. They'd rather just pop a little bit of money on there, grind through it, get away with it. Like, for me personally, as someone that's played for 7 years, I've barely spent anything on the game. I wanted to ram him, but the Indian Panzer just ruined my day. What tank line is best after the Batchat 12T? I'd probably say the Batchat line, like the 25T. Like, out of them all, if you're going to play the French ones, you're probably best to go to the Batchat AP. I'm on that right now. It's really, really good. I've got the 13105, and the 1390 was really, really good fun as well. Probably, like, it depends on how you like to play. If you like light tanks that can clip things, then yeah, it's really fun. But if you like a tank that has like super high clip potential, then you might want to play more of the Batchat 25T AP and the 25T. Take data on how old the accounts are and the amount of battles. Yeah, like if you could weight it, so like how many battles and stuff people had played, and so it would give them slight priority, not so that, you know, it takes into account old players the most, but definitely like how many games you've played impacts what you think is going to be good for the game. We'll play one back in the Cold War mode. I don't know if we won or not. Oh, we did in the end. £160 over 3 years, but nothing in the last year. The season passes pay for themselves. Yeah, that's what I found. I've barely spent anything. I think I bought 365 days of premium at the beginning of Black Friday, so I've had that, and I've not spent any more on getting any more premium time, and I'm still on 300 days, and it's been what, like, it's been almost a year. I'm not even joking. So I mean, I'm in a bit of a lucky position where like I can get some of the tanks for free, or like buy Wargaming if I ask them nicely, just to review them and stuff for you guys. So that's kind of a good thing. In 7 years, 3 months, I've spent nothing on this game. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like Wargaming don't care about what you say then, to be honest. Like, I know it sounds really like bad, but from their business standpoint, it really doesn't matter what happens to you as a player because you've never spent money on the game. So like, it sounds really bad, but that is true. Like, from a business standpoint, like if someone's never spent a penny on your game, their reaction really doesn't mean that much. Like, the only thing they have to, like, that's why it's kind of a big issue in terms of like some of the veteran players, because yes, the criticisms that they make are actually valid. Like, a lot of the time you do need to actually make some good changes, but often they don't. And you know, that will affect the players that are new at this point when they get to that point in the game, when they start to realise those things. So like, it's important. Which line is better between the modern ones? Now everyone says, right, because the Abrams is actually like better in terms of the statistics that it's got. I forget this true vision, so you can actually see people. So like the Abrams is actually probably the better tank out of them both, but it's not the best tank, if that makes sense. I think that your armour is going to be way better on the Russian ones. You get a tiny bit more alpha, but that doesn't really matter too much. But what I am saying is, like, yeah, probably the Russian ones. But that's just because I think that they will have better armour and stuff like that. Or at least more effective armour. Ugh. To me, I think the longest players count as much more than the big spenders. Yeah, but remember, Wargaming are a company, so like I get what you mean. Like they should definitely take into account like the opinion of the players that pay the most, but in terms of like the ones that they're going to take into account when it comes, oh, I'm dead. When it comes to actually like the economics of their game, they're definitely going to listen to the players that play the game the most or take up the biggest proportion. I think if I was wargaming, I'd focus on more of the cosmetic side of the game. So I know that they've done these 3D commanders which look ugly, to say the least. But I think if they're going to introduce more microtransactions that everyone loves, then definitely then it's important for them to go that route rather than just bringing in better and better premium tanks and forcing you to, you know, spend so much silver. Like, players are going to want to make their tank look cool. If they can pay £10 for a skin on a tank, you know, that's much better than paying £30, and they're more likely to pay £10 for a skin because, you know, people can do that every month. It's not going to cost them an arm and a leg just to play the game. Yeah, I'm not saying their strategy is a good one, but that's their strategy. Is if we can continually get new players in that pop a £50 every single time, like, we don't need old players. And I think out of the community aspect of this game, I think when I had a look, it was like people that actively like message and stuff like that is only like a very, very small proportion of the players that play this game every month. I think the statistics that I got, good morning GTO, yeah, it's literally like a case of there's 200,000 players in total on this game every month that play the game, like log on, different accounts that is as well. And I think it's like something like 80,000 a week, whereas you look at PC and it's like 1.25 million a week. So I think they just try and farm, like it's kind of like a fast fashion type thing, tanks console anyway. Like, people tend to play it for a little bit and then move on, because obviously it's a free game. I feel like the free games on console are a little like a little more like fast paced. Like, people don't tend to play them for as long, in my opinion anyway. Well, I just got a free tank in my garage. It's called the M48 Rampanzer. Yeah, it's part of like Wargaming's thing that they gave away. You have to have got to like tier 8, I think it is. Come on. Shit. Oh, he's going up there. Seems kind of crazy how many freemiums they give out. There's no broken tanks, just broken players. Well, I'll take that as a little bit of a compliment. But I have played the game for 6 years, so I would hope I'm a little bit better than a new player. So, so that's probably why. I've played the game for 6 years. Right, I think it's time for me to not leave, but add back mercenary contracts. Yeah, I like the mercenary contracts. I don't particularly like the mercenary tanks, some of them anyway. Or at least the ones that they've brought in, because, well, we got the machine, so. Right. I think we can push now. I can use this little ridge here. Go hold down. Oh, lag there. Absolution is crazy good. Yeah, for sure. I've got the Absolution in the garage. Skullcap sucks. Well, I've played for like a month and have at least 10 premiums. Yeah, I mean on my alternate account that I play on sometimes, like previously I'd play on it once I've completed the season on this account. And then I'd try get like a season rank 100 on that account as well, just to get a little bit extra gold. But yeah, it was crazy how many premiums I've got on that. I've literally got, I think, 2 tech tree tanks, but I have like 10 premium tanks on that. Is the skull cap, is that the 82? I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it? With like the derp gun. Let's just hope we don't lose to cap on this one. What do you guys think about the new maps then? Are you liking it? Right, let's actually go reset the cap. New maps are great. Oh, that's a long bomb. Oh well, that's one I want to get. The long bomb. I love the winter one. Yeah, the winter one's nice. I quite like Fred Von. It's actually not bad in the standard game as well. So like when you're playing non... Right, let's not miss. Are you I purposely tried not to miss that one. And still missed. Because accuracy is my favourite. Are you Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm finding accuracy in this new game super bad. Like... actual terrible. Hey. Hey there. Aren't the new maps the old maps reskinned? No, I don't think so. The new Fredvong and stuff like that aren't the same. True Vision for World War II. That would be controversial. People hate True Vision. I'm not. I wouldn't want to see it personally. But I do think like if they could implement a game mode that had True Vision, it would be good for some people. Like if you could just pick it. I don't. Where's this guy gone? I swear he's over here. True vision. It's like all of the tanks in the game at once are all rendered at the same time. So like they'll always be on the map whether they're spotted or not. So like on the World War II game mode, they will like disappear after they're spotted, whereas on this game mode they won't. So like if they're not detected by one of your friendly tanks, they won't disappear. They'll still be able to be visible on the map. What about True Vision with permanent +1, -1? I mean, it wouldn't be too bad. I think that's just because I like +1, -1. But I'm not potentially really that much of a fan of True Vision on its own anyway. I don't know how far away we are from actually. What? The engine costs 400 grand. 400,000 just to get an engine. So what's that? 1.5 million nearly just to upgrade 2 times. Are you actually having a laugh? How much do you guys know how much the rest of these packages are in silver? Because for some reason that's disgusting. That's mad. Do engine suspension, not radio. I think I'm just gonna keep going. I don't think I'm gonna bother with not actually playing, or with paying for any of the upgrades until I get into the next tanks where. And to be honest with you, half the time, like, although you can pay for the upgrades, it's like by the time you actually earn enough silver, you'll probably have the next tank, so it's probably not even that worth it. So this matchup isn't bad. We've actually got some I'm finding it a little bit boring playing the same tanks as on the current World War II though. Like I really want to play the T-72, but unfortunately like I can't actually do that because, you know, I'll have to grind out, like I'd have to pay for it with gold, and I'm not really fancying that. Dominate the maps, like 7k damage and 10 kills with no damage. Tier 10s used to be like 6 mil. I think, yeah. The players on PC use the keyboard to chat. Yeah, so you can message people in game. Yeah. I think I'm gonna well, I'm trying to get a PC that I can actually use for World of Tanks on PC. PC chat. It's toxic. It really is toxic, the PC chat. Luckily people can't do that on console, because I feel like it will just be just as toxic as well. People are just nasty that play World of Tanks. Or at least those who talk to other people on World of Tanks anyway. I'm not a fan. I think this is my least favourite map out of them all, if I'm going to be truly honest. I think it's a bit boring. Like, it takes you 10 years to get to the opponents, and even then it's like, nah. Toxicity is what makes it funny. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I used to be toxic on this game. Sometimes. Like, you know, when I'd play in my T92 and I one-shot someone, or something. I used to send them a message just with the poop emoji. Or if they messaged me, I'd just be like, I'd just use emojis back to them, and it proper triggers people. It really does trigger people when you're in artillery and you're like trash talking. But I don't do that anymore. I've moved on from those times. I know that there's people to my right, but this guy has no idea. There we go. We got him out of the game. I like Mannerheim or Mannheim. Yeah, I don't mind that one. Vetoing maps would be cool, where you could get rid of ones. I wish like we had like the PC system, where you could actually get rid of maps that you don't fancy playing. Don't know what this guy's thinking, but okay. I love YOLOers. Oh, we got another one. Jesus, that does a lot of damage. Ah, we went for the glory shot. Right, we're in a bit of a sticky situation here. We're in a really bad situation. There's someone behind me as well, I think. If I'm right in thinking so. You auto-aim me? Are you serious? I'll take the extra 250 damage. Tutorial would be great for the noobs, except people who YOLO and light tanks really need to think. Yeah, YOLO and light tanks. Light tanks are the best when you get to the late game. Like that's what makes them really, really good. It's literally having that late game play. How do I not get taken out? Well, I don't know. It kind of just comes with practice, and when half of the time is just making sure to like run and hightail off if you know you're in like a bad spot. Oh well. Thanks very much, Joe. Thanks for the donation. Thank you very much. Wow. Thanks for the donation. Like you were in the middle of it. It's just prioritizing what people are gonna actually take you out. Yeah, thanks very much, Joe. I appreciate that. It's as well, you want to make sure that you're putting yourself in a position where like only one person can hit you at any one point in time. Like if you're gonna get hit by multiple people, like it's best to get out of there as soon as possible. Right. Let's play a game in the Scorpion G. Let's make some money. How do I auto resupply? Oh, there we go. Ideal. Now it will auto resupply on. if the team is lemming training, don't go off on your own. Yeah. I find a lot of people are like, I'm not going where the lemming team is going, blah, 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 and then they just end up getting 1 versus 7. If you're the best player in the game, you're not going to be able to take out 7 tanks all taking you out at the same time. It's just a case of, yeah, you just need to make sure you're putting yourself in the right position on this game. It's half of it anyway. Watch out that you don't leave it on and after you run out of boosters. Wait, what? It will resupply it for gold. Damn. Wargaming be doing some cheeky stuff. Oh my god. Really? Really? It resupplies it for gold. Or auto resupplies it for gold if you don't actually have it on. And you know how expensive the resupply is. That is disgusting. Just to have a silver booster on. Honestly, that's funny. Like, this is why Wargaming are like... I'm not going to say anything nasty, but... like, they either do it on purpose, or they genuinely don't... like, they genuinely don't really care. And I don't know which one is actually worse. Like, I really don't know what's worse. Oh, we actually got spotted. There'll be someone up in that bush. Like, they go... honestly. Like, I just don't get why they do that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Just like introducing broken premiums. I wouldn't know anything about that or anything. I promise. I don't play broken premium tanks. I like to rant about the 25%. It's true, like... I don't know. Right, they do this super test, right, where they invite people to have a look, but for some reason they don't ever take any of the advice from the super test. I don't know if that's because the super testers aren't saying anything, or if it's just because they genuinely don't care, and that the super test is just there to say that they've got one. I really don't know. I'd like to see what they think. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm in total agreement with some of the decisions they make regarding like stuff that they say is an accident, but when you look at it, it probably isn't. T77 trying to get me over there. Oh, that was a nice roll. Did I just high roll? I'm sorry, what was that? Was that a high roll? No one's ever actually done that before. And it's game. Let's go. Honestly, we love it. Right, let's not actually be the one that the T77 holy, just got pumped. Panther, what are you doing? Did I just hammer rack him? I think I may have just... oops. I mean, I would say I feel bad, but I don't think I do. Oh, we've won this game too fast. I've not got enough damage. Trying to go for those 3 marks on this thing. But I have a feeling that this game is not going to get me too much. I mean, it might make me a little silver, hopefully. Pershing. It made me laugh. Oh no, he can hit me for like a little bit of damage, and then by the time he reloads, honestly, I'll have pumped him again. Oops. Scorpion G is one of those tanks that if you can get your hands on, or you can purchase it at 50% off, like 100% you need it in your garage. It's one of those that has the same reload as some of the mediums at tier 8 but can do twice the damage that they do. It's fast as well. It can go like 60, I think. If you're going like top speed, that is. It's just disgusting. And hopefully we can get some spotting damage if we manage to. Oh, and you know, you can just auto-aim people on the move. Meh. We made 270,000 silver though. Yeah, 3.4k will get me up, but I've been trying to average really high in the Scorpion G. Right. Pick a tier. I'm up to play anything. First person to pick a tank that I actually own will play that. That isn't tier 1 or 2. Or 3. Are we going to have to actually play the Super Pershing? I think we might. I think we might actually have to play the Super Pershing. Do we do it? Do we spend 500,000 on making it go 10% faster? Right. We're gonna. I don't know what I'm doing here. Please. Super Pershing is fast as. I think I'm at 90 something% in the Super Pershing. Do we 3 mark it? What's the best ramming tank? Non-premium. Probably like the E50. I don't really know. I mean, if you want a really overpowered ramming tank that isn't the Panzer 5.4, honestly, try out the what's it called? It's the tier 7 light tank, the Aufklärungs Panzer Panther. I can't believe you've done this to me. I don't know why I spent 500. This thing doesn't even get up to top speed. I'm never going to reach 44. The awful Panzer. No, honestly, the Aufklärungs Panzer is actually class. It's actually amazing in this game. Like, genuinely one of the best light tanks I've played out of them all. I honestly love it. And I haven't put a... Oh, I need to... Wait, I missed. Nice dog. Just don't use the light. Oh, why, hello there. You've come across a terrible tank. Oh, you want to... Oh, you want... Oh. Oh, you want to dupe out the Super Pershing. Come on, Kislak. I know that you're going to come out again. Just do it. You need more horsepower. Right. Accuracy has just gone out the window in this tank. It's been so left behind in the dust that it's just not even fair. Come on. Come on. I know you want to. Oh. Boring. Yeah, I wish the Super Pershing wasn't as bad. This was my first ever premium tank. Let me just let you know. It's the best tank in the game. I swear. Look at just how fun the armor model on this tank is. It's superb. And I don't know why this guy just rammed me. I mean, you can honestly do that all day. And that's how you don't take out a Super Pershing, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god, that was terrible. Titan, what are you doing? Did we take out one of the most broken tier 9s in the game? No, we don't. That guy underestimated the power of the Super Pershing. Just like this KPZ is about to underestimate us. And there's one thing you never do. It's underestimate the power. This guy didn't know. And we've been absolutely crumbed. Oh my god. As if you set us on fire. Let's stick our gun in his gun. Yes! I will take it. We won. We won, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm not running both their speed equipment. Unfortunately. Right. Let's pick another one. What tank would you like me to play? We've got plenty of tanks. Let's play some premiums. Tiger Shark. You want me to play the Conqueror? Let's have a go. It's got a commander in it. I wonder if you get all of the ram buffs and mods, then the boost speed up max with buffs and mods on the Vanguard, how much damage you do. If you ram someone in the Vanguard, you could probably do about 1,000 damage, I reckon, to yourself. I reckon you do about 1,000 damage to yourself. Do you know what we will do as part of this stream? We're gonna have a go in the IS-7 at getting it up to top speed. Alright, Shinji. Well, I'll catch you in a little bit. Enjoy. We're definitely going to go in the IS-7 and try and ram a mouse. I hated the Conqueror. Oh, I love the Conqueror. This gun is ridiculous. You literally don't miss on the move. I remember, I don't know who it was, but it was a content creator that said that the Conqueror's turret was worse than the M103, and honestly I laugh every time. How have I 3-marked the Chieftain? The Conqueror before the Chieftain. I don't know. Oh, I bounced off the bat trap. Or the light tank even. Do I have E100? Yeah, I've got the E100. I can give that a whirl if you want me to. I've got to ask, I'm new in World of Tanks. And what should I do to get better? That's a very, very hard question. But I will try to answer it. Basically, make sure that you've got the right equipment in your tank. Because nine times out of 10, if you don't put the right stuff in your tank, you'll get absolutely stumped. The Minuteman. I guess like for a new player, making sure you put the right equipment in, really, really key. It will just basically mean that you have a better time. And the Skoda's for some reason pushed up. Obviously, make sure that you probably want yourself a premium tank. If you're gonna buy anything as well, you probably want to buy premium time. That's probably like the first thing you want to get, because you can get premium tanks fairly easily as part of like the battle pass, and you can get various different things for that. But if you don't want to buy anything, making sure that you save up some silver to put equipment on your favourite tank is probably the key thing. So like equipment, you want crew skills as well, and there's some guides that I've done for like the crew skills, so you want to make sure you've got all of that on there. So there's loads of stuff like and it's one of those hard questions. Like it's very, very hard, because it depends at what stage in the game you are. Because if you've got all of the equipment, you've got your crew skills to a decent degree, like you've got loads of different things like that, then it becomes a case of like you just have to learn the maps, and then you learn some like novel spots. And I found the best way that I learned was by watching other people, like where they take their tanks. So like right now, because I've played this game, I know that you can get hold down right here. So like, although it looks pretty flat, if I'm coming up against people like over there and I'm in something like a Russian tank, you can get hold down fairly easily, so they can only see the top of your turret. Also, you want to be aiming for tracks as well, like when you can. This guy's just auto-aiming. Every time I've been in this position, it hasn't worked out well. Yeah, you need a turret, realistically. We've got a bat chat coming. I need to help. Or... well, you would, wouldn't you? So like right now, I could shoot the... oh, that guy's not an actual freak. Like I'm probably gonna be taken out here. Like I'm not gonna lie. When the Maus decides he's gonna push me. Yeah, here we go. The Maus is somehow you artillery. Oh, really? Oh well. There's not much more I could have done there, to be honest. I mean, I probably... I don't know. Also, settings-wise, you might want to run handbrake. This is something that probably some of you probably don't use. Is using the handbrake control. Like, you could either use this one, or I've used that one for a long time. But the standard one is really, really annoying. But yeah, I use handbrake. So your LB button. He must be an Arsenal fan. I'm not going to laugh, I support Leeds. So, the dirty Leeds. Right. Hey, all hell Bielsa. Too right. I actually like that Conqueror game. That was not bad. No. I'm actually from Cornwall. It's just my stepdad was a big well, he supported Leeds, and he's the only one in my family that actually like football. So I've supported them for a long time now. Right, so let's have a game in the Aufklärungspanzer. Or we could always have a go in my favourite tier 6 light tank. What's the stream quality like? Is it good? Is it enough? Or is it like blurry or anything like that? Because I meant to ask. I've already stopped playing that Cold War mode. Yeah, I think a lot of people have. Oh, this matchmaking ain't good. Oh, good. Because that's one thing that it's just because like I could put the quality at like super high, but my computer can't run it at the moment because I'm only using a laptop. So I know lots of you are probably like, what? A laptop? Yep, I'm using a laptop at the moment. I'm a proud Manchester United supporter. Oh, very nice. They've been doing alright this year. Uh-oh. Can you not DKM? I'm already not the best tank in the game at the moment. Please learn to drive. Oh no. Shit. I'm dead. Come on, flip. Go, 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 go. He wants me. No, why? Wow. Dirty. Oh. I played it today and had a yellow pen marker and still dealt 200 damage. Yeah, KV2, you need to learn like when to just shoot at someone with HE and when not to. He wanted me, that guy. I mean, it wasn't worth it for him to take out the tier 6 light tank. He lost every single drop of his hit points. Port standard battle. FV 4005, but I hate the Valentine. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the Valentine. Yeah, that wasn't great. Once you get past like the tier 4 and 5 on the 4005 line, it actually gets alright. Rear mounted with no gun depression. The FV 4005 is better than the Death Star in my opinion. Like, if I'm going to be truthfully honest, I just think that you get so much more with the FV 4005, like 100%. I love how Wargit. I'm just watching your stream, waiting to get to where I need to because the Churchill is so slow. Oh God. Do you know what's really good when you've played for so long? You tend to have loads of boosters. So like I've got like ×5s that I can just get rid of some of the really terrible tanks. I'm gonna have to come off in a little bit because I've got a meeting I need to do for my uni work. So I'll oh, Barask. You could have made my game good then. I have no idea if I've got the good equipment in this. Oh no. Oh no. Oops. No, don't return it, the favour. Please. Artillery. Don't do it, my friend. Oh. Oh, yes. So where the... this is a tier 7, by the way, guys. Just thought I'd clarify. Tier 7 tank. Oh. Oh. Oops. That's a tier 8 taken out. Right, let's load a HE. I'm going after this Barask. He's got a bit too many hit points for my liking. And guess what? I'm a KV2 that's faster. Oh, juice. We love it. When the guy genuinely thinks he can escape. That's funny. You're a funny guy. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, firing on the move. Black Prince tank is nice. Only bring HE. Brask. Don't genuinely make me hit you on the move. Oh. Oh, Barassi. Are we playing Ring Around the Rosie? Yeah, no. There's some fun YouTube vids about the history of the KV2. Ooh. Let's swap back to heat rounds, because HE against that tank is probably not going to work. Do you know what makes me laugh? Is Wargaming genuinely thought that this tank was okay to put in the game. Let's take a KV2, make it fast, give it 252 heat pen with 700 alpha, and it will be absolutely fine. Blip. Oh, the OI was honestly a fun tank. Oh well. Meh. Not a good game. Not in the KV. Oh, not in the Dreadnought anyway. The brass pen saved us. You like playing in the TOG? Excuse me? Excuse me? That's a first. Someone that actually likes playing in the TOG. Hi Chris, how's it going? I'm going to hop off the stream in a little bit. Because I've got to get today's video ready to upload. But I am hoping it'll be a good one. Maybe at 90 kilometers an hour I could jump it in a T-37. In the Cold War, which tank do you prefer? The T-44. Just because it gets heat rounds that do 320 damage as opposed to like the 240. The video is going over which of the two tech trees you should have a look at. Like kind of like a review of both of the tech trees and which one I prefer. And then once all of these like guide videos and stuff have come out, I can then get on to making some more like gameplay orientated stuff, which is more fun to make, at least for me anyway. I much prefer to make them. Look at the campers in the field, you can literally see them from here. There's going to be loads. Thing is, yeah, the heat costs more, but when Wargaming are insistent on making it pay to win, I'm just going to take advantage. Yeah, I'm in the similar boat as you. Like, I really want the M1 Abrams, but unfortunately, I don't know if I'm actually going to get it or not. Well, oh, here we go. You miss as well. And I can just stomp you again. What are you doing? I don't know if these guys like realise, but it's not worth YOLOing. Heat costs more to balance the tanks. Yeah. It's typical wargaming mentality. We'll balance it by making it expensive to play, because that makes the tank actually balanced in game. We forgot that the players that have enough to actually spend that on the game are usually players that have played our game for longer and are more experienced, and therefore will actually do even better. I see you up there. Yeah, the Cold War sucks a bit. I don't really like it that much. I just find like it's just a bit boring to play, I think. For me anyway. I find it just it's like a point and click. It's like you don't really have to play that well to do well. You just have to plonk your tank in a position on the map where it's like favourable. Like you don't have to really think. Like, and I guess that's why a lot of these players manage to get away with doing some silly stuff like coming over the hill on Prokhorovka. These are getting expensive. This is what I don't like about this new game mode. It's like I can hit. Dynamic gameplay. Dynamic. I'm having so much fun. And I'm sure you guys are really enjoying watching. I'm playing in some dynamic gameplay. Where I've literally shot at the same person 3 times. And not a single shot has actually hit. Except from the one that I wasn't firing heat in. Gameplay is... it just ain't it. I'm gonna get this guy. I'm sick of getting taken out.
Are you kidding me?
boring. Now there's someone gonna rush me. We get a new arty, guys. I bloody hope not. How Wargaming's balancing with that is going to be a... Anyway, I think I'm going to hop off because I've got a meeting soon to go into. But the stream's been fantastic, guys. There'll be a video coming out later, so that will be around 5 or 6 o'clock this evening. So in about 3 hours, something like that. Well, 4 hours, around there. So I hope you have enjoyed this. It was kind of a fairly shortish one today, but hopefully it was good. Anyway, we'll move on. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Hope you have a good weekend. I might stream tomorrow. Don't know though. Kind of depends whether I've got the time or not. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.